Welcome back in this episode 4 of Holodiner. For this episode, we're gonna go for one of the Holostars EN boys, Exorcist of Guild Tempus, Benton Hakka. So for this talent, I decided why not chicken tacos? Because of his heritage and because he is a holobird. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with the ingredient list. Starting from the left would be chicken thighs, cayenne pepper, cumin, ground paprika, black pepper, garlic powder, salt, oregano, and cilantro. Let's do the spice mix first. So add the salt, paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin, oregano, black pepper, garlic powder, and just mix it and set it aside. We're gonna clean the chicken. I think that's a proper term, to remove the excess fat before we marinate the chicken in the taco seasoning. So after cleaning the chicken as best as you can, put in a bowl, then just add the taco seasoning and just rub it all over the chicken thighs. After coating the whole chicken, let it rest or let it marinate a little bit. And while that is set aside, we're gonna prep our other ingredients for this taco. So I forgot to do this garnish earlier before cleaning the chicken. So this is me just adding extra ingredients to the chicken tacos. First and foremost, it's just sauteed onions and garlic. For this first extra ingredient, we're just gonna rough chop the onion. And then mince the garlic. Alright, so after mincing the onions, we're just gonna saute it for 5-7 minutes. After that, we're gonna use the same pan to cook the chicken. Alright, so for this, we're just gonna sear both sides of the chicken first. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of water to make sure that the chicken is cooked all the way through. So for this, I just use the lime that I used earlier for a different ingredient. I think it was for crema or something. I just put the extra lime in my water cup and just use that to cook the chicken. So I'm just gonna cover it for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. So while that's going on, we're gonna start with our lime crema, which is just sour cream, lime, cilantro, and garlic. Yeah, they say grated garlic. I think I should have just minced the garlic. Would have been easier. After which, I'm just gonna peel a lime just because I don't have a zester, and then just mince it finely. After that, we'll be just adding lime juice and then just mixing it, and that's ready. Next is, I just had leftover rice and I had pork fat available, so I just reheated my rice with pork fat, and that's about it. Now, I promise this is the last extra ingredient, which is pico de gallo, which I made a day earlier, which is just tomatoes, onion, garlic, salt, cayenne pepper, cumin, and lime. Oh, and cilantro. I keep forgetting the cilantro. Mince the garlic. Chop the onions. Add lime juice to it. Yep, so add salt, cumin. So I'm doing this in 2 batches since one of my friends doesn't like spicy. So I'm gonna move this into a different bowl. I just usually rough chop cilantro when I'm adding it to any dish. Yep, so this is where I change bowls just because the one that I was using was too small. Yep, so just give it a good mix. After giving a good mix, I'm gonna make this into a spicy pico de gallo. So I'm gonna mince up some habaneros. I used 3 and added a fair amount of cayenne pepper, if you call this a fair amount. Then after that, give it a good mix. Alright, then we'll store this in the fridge for the taco. Let's go back to the taco, which is we need to fry up our corn tortillas a little bit. Just get a hot pan with neutral oil and then just sear the tortillas. I think that's a proper term. For this, I'm doing 6 just because before Armis came about, 6 members of Tempus, and I think my limit is 6 tacos with how much ingredients that I use. And this was supposed to be an appetizer for this episode of Holodiner. After we're done with the tortillas, we're gonna remove the chicken from the heat, chop it into manageable pieces. After that, take the braising liquid from the pan where we cook the chicken, add it to the chopped chicken, and mix it so that the spices don't go to waste. Now for the assembly, which would be, I have not figured out a good format for this, but it would be rice, then the chicken, sauteed onion and garlic. I dice a avocado. Next is the pico de gallo that was made yesterday. And the lime crema. And cilantro. So, since I decided to make 6 tacos, this is gonna take a while. So, sit back and enjoy. So here it is, what I would call Hakka's extra tacos, just because I went a little bit overboard with the ingredients. But in the end, hopefully everybody enjoyed this quote-unquote cooking video, especially Hakka and the Hakkitos. And see you next time for the next episode of Holodiner, and we'll see where the world takes us. See ya!